It's hard to start.
A few moments later.
And we blew the circuit breaker. Not surprised. What's up, guys? You saw the super welder we bought. Now we're gonna try it out and hopefully not die. So I'm rocking some swag, PPE, Lincoln Electric, weld proof, courtesy of Vibrant Performance, swagged out. And I think I'm ready to try out this really awesome welder, the cheapest welder we could find. This is from Temu. I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen. Hopefully we don't need to call the ambulance, but we're gonna try it and see how it works. So come over, let's take a look at what came in the box. Okay, so there's a plug. We're gonna run this thing maximum power. So we're gonna plug this in and get 220. We're just gonna give this thing the best chance it can. And then you know what, I'll probably try to run it on 122 to see if you don't have this at home. Got a little super ghetto stinger here. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna break this. Ground cable, it's pretty basic and small. I'm gonna run this electrode positive, because I think that's what I remember. Listen, keep in mind, I haven't stick welded anything in a long time. I was certified a long time ago, but I don't remember anything. I think I remember how to do this. We're gonna find out. I don't know why they give you extra cable stuff, but maybe that's, I don't know. We're not using it. Let's just leave it over there. Ready? Power it on. It works. The fan is really good. That's probably the best part. And it goes $250 amps. There's no way. There's no way in hell. All right, I'm gonna go get a welding rod, and we have this piece of metal here. We can use this and test our welds on it and see how it goes. Okay, so we got some 7018. One thing I remember from being in school is you are supposed to heat these up before you weld to get all the moisture out, which I have not done whatsoever. And these have been sitting outside for a long time. So these may not weld good to begin with. If it's totally crap, maybe we'll put them in the oven for a bit, but I doubt it. We're just gonna try this. Personal protective equipment. Respirator, of course. Gloves. And we're gonna see how this goes. Just FYI, this is not like the usual welding that we do here. There's lots of blobs and shit that's probably gonna fly in the air. So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous. This is not the way I tended to go out, okay? If something bad happens, tell my kids I love them. Oh, it's working. Oh, it fucking works. Damn, this thing welds sick. Bro, this thing is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I am super surprised. That was smooth. I'm not gonna lie, this is decent. I am pretty impressed. Look at that weld, solid. Not bad. I think I need to try again just so I can get a little bit more warmed up, but decent. Okay, let's run another one. Let's run it again. Run it right back. Come on. There's no burning. Bro, this thing is sick. Okay, so with the slag on there, it's nice and smooth, pretty consistent, you know, still got the touch. Buddy, that weld, that's a solid weld right there. That's a solid weld. The machine is smooth. It's very smooth. I was not expecting this at all. And you know what? It has enough duty cycle that it'll run the whole stick. Like, to weld this, you don't need any more than 130 amps. So this is really good. I think what we got to do now is I'm going to try and stick two things together and maybe like a piece of exhaust tubing, and we'll see if that can work. And then we'll try to run it on 120 to see if, you know, you could use it at home. So I'm gonna go grab some material and try something else. So I cut some typical exhaust tubing. This is like mild steel stuff with the aluminized coating. And I'm gonna try and stick this together. I've never tried stick welding an exhaust, but this is a really good test. So we'll tack it up first and try this, so we can give you some like actual input as to if this is useful or not to other people. So I'm going to turn the machine down a little bit because, like I said, I've never done this. But oh wait, there's buttons. Oh, you can change things. You see, guys, this is why you read the instructions. So current, arc force adjustment, hot start, anti-stick. I don't even know what this stuff means. But there's different functions here, which, I mean, we'll play with if we have trouble. Somehow, I don't think I'm gonna like how this is gonna turn out. This thing's hard to start.
A few moments later.
I mean, it sticks. I just suck at doing this. But it's on there. It's welded. See what it looks like on the inside? It's penetrated a little bit. That one penetrated a good bit. I'm just a crappy stick welder, but it works. So you could totally like weld an exhaust system with this, obviously with some practice, because you know, I'm probably the worst person to have stick weld anything. That works. Okay, so let's try this thing on regular 120 power and see if it sucks. Cord right here, plug into this. It still goes right up, but it's definitely not going to run that high, so. All right, let's try this again. I think we need more power. There we go. Okay. Got a little something. Okay. Success. I don't know. Can't tell the difference between the 220. Except for the fact that now I think I need to crank up the amperage a little bit to compensate. You could totally use this. It's decent. So this one looks a little bit better. Don't look over there. But yeah, it's totally welding right through. It's penetrating. With some practice, you could definitely weld some stuff with this. So I think the last test, I'm gonna get a piece of flat stock. We're gonna weld it together, and then we're gonna try to destructive test it and see how that goes. Part while we're doing so. All right. Ooh, sparky. No flux. Okay, we got it going. It's gonna be a nice one. And we blew the circuit breaker. Not surprised. Oh, probably blew this thing. Yeah, it did. Reset.
There you go.
It welded it. It looks pretty decent. All right. Decent. Let's check the other side. And a little bit of penetration. Let's see. Okay. Disclaimer. It's obviously not the best weld you've ever seen. But we just want to know if it's going to hold somewhat, which I'm pretty confident it will. And if you're running this thing on 220, you wouldn't have it pop the breaker. So this is like 1/8 inch, or a little bit more, probably like 3/16 mild steel. And we are going to, it's hot, destructive test this thing. So basically destructive testing is destructive in nature. We're going to hammer this thing, fold it over, and see if it pass. That's a pass. I think that's a pass. I think we got to actually let it cool down. I think that's one thing we should do, is let it cool. So I'm gonna go dip it in some water and then I'll come back. Okay, so cool it off. Ooh. Buddy, I think this is pretty good. Oh, now it's coming off. Okay, so this is kind of what I wanted to see. You can see in there that it was not penetrating fully, which I'm gonna say if we run this thing at 220, again, it's gonna be just fine. But I think more or less, we have enough information. This thing works. Run it at 220, be a better welder than I am, and you'll probably have great success.